The old house at the end of Willow Lane had been abandoned for decades, a relic of the past that stood like a ghost against the moonlit sky. Few dared to approach it, and those who did whispered of strange noises and shadows that moved on their own. One crisp autumn night, Emma, a curious teenager with a penchant for the supernatural, decided to explore the house. She had heard the stories, but she didn't believe in ghosts. Armed with only a flashlight and a sense of adventure, she crept through the overgrown garden and pushed open the creaking front door. Inside, the air was stale and heavy, filled with the scent of decay. Dust motes danced in the beam of her flashlight as she made her way through the dimly lit rooms. Each step she took echoed through the silence, as if the house were alive and listening. In the parlor, she found a dusty old mirror, its surface clouded with age. As she wiped away the grime, she felt a chill run down her spine. Her reflection stared back at her, but something was wrong. The eyes in the mirror weren't hers, they were darker, filled with an unsettling malevolence. Suddenly, the air grew colder, and the whisper of a voice filled the room. "Leave now," it hissed, "or suffer the same fate as those before you." Emma's heart pounded, but she was determined to uncover the house's secrets. She pressed on, climbing the rickety staircase to the second floor. At the end of the hallway, a door stood ajar, light flickering from within. She approached cautiously, pushing the door open to reveal a small bedroom. Inside, the walls were covered in ancient, yellowed wallpaper, and a single, flickering candle stood on the bedside table. But it was the figure in the bed that made Emma gasp. A woman lay there, her skin pale and translucent, her eyes wide open and staring at the ceiling. Before Emma could react, the woman sat up, her movements slow and deliberate. "You should not have come here," she whispered, her voice like the rustling of dead leaves. "The house remembers. The house hungers." Emma stumbled back, tripping over her own feet. The woman stood, her ghostly form gliding toward her. "You cannot leave now," the apparition said. "You are part of the house." Panicking, Emma turned and fled, racing down the stairs and out the front door. As she reached the garden, she glanced back, expecting to see the woman following her. But the doorway was empty. Breathing heavily, she hurried home, vowing never to return. But that night, as she lay in bed, she felt a cold breath on her neck and heard the whisper again. "The house remembers. The house hungers." And Emma knew she would never escape its grasp.